We ask Pastor Kenny to come forward.
好多謝大家嘅邀請，
Thank you for inviting me
嚟到參加東北堂呢個咁重要、咁值得感恩嘅一個嘅情況。
to the service of this really thanksgiving to God and this important day.
或者你會問點解教會咁注重呢個牧者嗰個嘅就職？
You may ask why it is so important for this installation service.
如果你喺出邊 Royal Bank 或者 Petro Canada 揾到份工，你到時到後去翻工就得啦。
If you get a job from Royal Bank or Petrocan, you just show up on your day of work.
究竟呢個牧者嗰個嘅就職有咩咁特別啊？
Why is the commissioning of the pastor so important?
我想同大家嚟到睇提摩太前書嘅第3章。
I'd like to share with you 1 Timothy chapter 3.
提摩太前書第3章開始嘅時候，佢講到作一個嘅監督嗰個嘅職分，嗰個嘅生命。
In chapter 3, 1 Timothy talks about the life of the deacons, the overseer.
其實監督呢個字可以譯做長老，可以譯做喺教會裏面做守望嗰個工作嗰個嘅牧者。
It can be translated as an overseer, elder.
所以呢段經文其實對呢個牧者嗰個嘅就職都係一個好重要一段經文。
It is an important scripture for installation of a pastor.
佢喺呢段經文裏邊，佢講到好多一個關於行為性上面嘅，即係作為嗰個牧者係要無可指責，係要節制，係要自守，係要端正。
It talks about a pastor without blame, discipline, and all these behavioral qualities.
其實呢啲唔係講到一個外在一啲嘅條件、一啲嘅資格、一啲嘅規條。其實我覺得呢啲咧，其實都係反映一個內在嘅生命。
Nothing about the externals, but the internal qualities of life.
一個人裏面嗰個嘅生命係睇唔到嘅。
A man's life inside
一個人嘅
is
禱
not
告，
visible.
一個人嘅禱告生活係睇唔到。
A prayer life is not visible.
但係透過外在一啲嘅行動，其實可以表現出嚟。
But it's through the external behavior that reflects the inside.
跟住佢講執事嗰個嘅資格。
And then it talks about the requirements of the deacons.
跟住佢講咗女執事嗰個嘅資格。
Talk about the lady deacons qualities.
其實女執事亦都可以翻譯為牧師嘅太太、執事嘅太太。
It can mean the pastor's wife or the deacon's wife.
咁跟住咧就保羅就講出佢點解要寫封咁長嘅信俾年青嘅傳道者提摩太。
It tells us why Paul wrote such a long letter to young Timothy.
咁佢話我希望好快會到你嘅中間，但係如果我係單言嘅話，你可以知道咧喺神嘅家中應該點樣嚟到去做事。
I hope to come to you soon, but just in case I cannot, this is how you are to conduct yourself in the church.
跟住咧就保羅咧就係為教會作咗3個好偉大嘅宣言。
Paul has made 3 proclamations for the church.
保羅話咩咧？保羅話教會係神嘅家。
God talks about church is the household of God.
係永生神嘅教會。
The church of the living God.
係真理柱石同埋根基。
It's the foundation of truth.
教會其實係一個好特別嘅個體。
church is a very unique organism.
同埋外面好多公司、好多社團係截然不同嘅。
It's totally different from the secular organizations.
所以佢個運作係同外邊嗰個運作係完全唔相同。
And it works differently how it operates.
外邊好講嗰個管理嗰個嘅技巧。
The secular world talks about how to manage.
但係喺教會裏邊係用緊另外一種嘅原則，唔同嘅原則嚟到去運作。
But a different principle among the churches.
其實提摩太嗰陣時都或者都唔係太過年青，大概35歲至40歲中間。
Maybe Timothy is not too young, maybe 35, 40.
佢都有相當嘅人生嘅閲歷啊。
He has experience of life.
但係保羅係就喺呢段時間裏面教導佢點樣嚟到運作教會。
And it is at this time that Paul is teaching him how the church should operate.
咁保羅話：你要記住，其實教會係有3個好緊要嗰個嘅身份，有好緊要嘅特徵。
And Paul is reminding Timothy that the church has 3 characteristics.
佢話教會其實唔係一個組織，亦都唔係一個機構。教會其實係一個好溫馨、好講關係。佢用一個字就話係神嘅家。
The church is not an organization. Paul used a word that is very warming. It's the household of God.
即係話我哋喺教會裏面係參與緊一個嘅大家庭。
That we are participating in a big family.
家係好講血緣嘅關係。
The family talks about the bloodline.
我哋可以選擇我哋嘅朋友，但係我哋唔可以選擇我哋嘅弟兄姊妹。
We can choose our friends, but we cannot choose our brothers and sisters.
家係講無條件、不計較嘅愛。
In a household, it talks about unconditional love.
好似一個母親咁，將佢自己完全嘅嚟到俾咗佢嘅細路哥。
Like a mother who gives her life to her children.
家係亦都係講呢個歸屬感，係呢個家係屬於我哋嘅。我哋唔係轉換一間嘅公司，而係我哋唔可以轉換一個嘅家。
The family talks about belonging. We can change the working, the place we work, but we cannot change a family.
家亦都係喺外面工作，無論幾辛苦都好，一翻到嚟屋企就可以除低個假面具，可以休息，可以享受嗰個溫馨嗰個嘅愛。
And the home is the place where, after a day's work, you come to relax, to enjoy the family.
呢個家亦都有個家長，就係主耶穌基督，就係上帝自己。
And this family has a head, and that is Jesus Christ.
家亦都係有家規，就係聖經。
And there are regulations, and it is the Bible.
所以教會裏面唔係講民主，教會裏面係要講民主。
So in the family, this is not democracy, but we ask the Lord.
會員大會唔係一齊討論或者發表我哋嗰個意見。
In the general meeting of the church is not the place to express discussions and express our opinions.
而係我哋一齊等候上帝嘅心意，我哋一齊分辨上帝個聲音。
And it is to wait upon the Lord, and we are seeking the voice of God.
執事會係其實一齊學習信心嘅功課。
And the deacon board is learning the lessons of faith.
禱告會係教會最緊要嘅活動。
And prayer meeting is the most important activity of the church.
我哋唔係講點樣擴展教會嘅事工，而係睇上帝嘅手點樣嚟到工作，我哋就跟住佢做。
We are not expanding the work of the church, but we are following the leading of God.
教會唔係憲章作為主導，而係愛作為主導。
And the church is not led by the constitution.
教會當要執行紀律嘅時候，唔係想要趕走嗰個人、治死嗰個人，而係想挽回嗰個弟兄、挽回嗰個嘅姊妹。
And when discipline action is required, it is not to expel the member, but to restore him.
呢個就係教會，呢個就係神嘅家。
This is the church. This is the household of God.
跟住保羅講到話，教會係永生或者永活神嘅教會。
And Paul talks about this is the church of the living God.
教會呢個字係原文話係被呼召出嚟嘅一班嘅人。
The word church is the one who are called.
係上帝揀選分別為聖。
It is God who call and sanctify.
當喺講到揀選嘅時候，其實係暗示有一個特別嘅目的，有個神有特別嘅心意喺背後。
When they use the word call, that means there is a meaning behind the calling.
有時我哋好注重係教會要點樣運作得暢順。
Sometimes we fall into the trap of how to run the church smoothly.
但係其實知唔知道原來建立教會暢順嘅背後，其實有一個嘅特別嘅使命係上帝要我哋做嘅。
But there is a mission behind that operation.
今日我認識到有一間教會，佢總共咧係有46頁嘅bylaws。
I know of a church that has 46 pages of bylaws.
係乜嘢咧都有一個嘅規條應該點做。
Everything should be done this way.
喺人睇嚟嘅呢間係一間非常完善管理嘅教會。
So this is a well-managed church.
但係其實佢哋就疏忽咗，今日其實我哋係服侍緊一個永活嘅神、永生嘅神。
But they missed the point that we are serving the living God.
今日教會係要點樣嚟到係每日同上帝嚟到去對話。
It is how we walk with God daily.
認識上帝嗰個心意。
To know the heart of God.
明白上帝係點樣透過牧者係將佢自己個心意嚟到去向我哋嚟到講明。
To understand how God is leading the church through the pastor.
上帝嗰個保護同埋上帝嗰個同行喺教會嘅運作上面咧係非常之緊要。
It's the protection of God and His walk with us, and that is the important thing.
跟住保羅講到話，教會係真理嘅柱石同埋根基。
Paul talks about the church is the foundation of truth.
係柱石同埋根基係承受一間建築物嗰個嘅重量。
The foundation is to support the building's weight.
如果個根基嗰個柱石係做得好嘅時候，無論幾大風雨都唔會冧。
If the foundation is firm, it will withstand the weather.
教會就係有呢個重要嘅使命。
And the church is carrying this mission.
特別喺呢個彎曲悖謬嘅世代。
Especially in this perverted generation.
弟兄姊妹，你自己願唔願意嚟到成為真理
？Brothers and sisters, do you want to be in the truth?
就係你點樣嚟到去認真嘅嚟到研讀聖經，活出聖經，信服神嘅話語， 你生命成為真理。
To read the word, to follow the word, and you became the truth.
而喺呢個世代成為呢個真理嘅見證。
To be a witness of truth in this generation.
如果有一天教會需要，因為要表明喺神嘅話語嘅立場而捉咗我哋去坐監嘅時候，讓我哋都願意嚟到咁做。
One day maybe we will be put into prison when we follow the word. Let us do so willingly.
一個牧者嗰個就職，其實係一個好嚴肅嘅一樣嘢。
It's the commissioning of a pastor is a solemn occasion.
我覺得第一，其實係代表弟兄姊妹係經過一個好長嘅時間嘅禱告同埋分辨。
It is through a long prayer time of the church.
佢睇到呢個嘅牧者係上帝嘅揀選，係上帝嘅差派，吩咐佢到我哋嘅中間。
And the church has make a distinction that this is the pastor that God has sent.
係其實亦都係成班嘅弟兄姊妹引證呢位嘅牧者係符合提摩太前書第3章嗰度講嗰種嘅屬靈嗰種嘅生命。
It is the confirmation of the church when the church examined the life of the pastor. That is what the scripture is talking about in 1 Timothy.
我同好多年青人證婚嘅時候，我都好刻意嘅問佢一個問題。
When I doing wedding ceremonies for the young couples, I always ask them.
我哋問佢哋，我哋點知道上帝嘅心意係叫你兩位喺埋一齊？
And I will ask them, how do you know it's God's will that you two come together?
今日其實我都相信大家係一齊思想過呢一個問題。
And today I'm sure that you have thought of this question.
就係上帝點樣引證你帶領心意傳道到你哋嘅中間。
How God has confirmed that this is God's leading of Pastor Sami to the church.
成為你哋嘅牧者。
To be your pastor.
所以日後就唔好容讓魔鬼係將呢個動搖嗰個嘅心志擺喺你哋嘅中間。
So let not Satan to persuade you in future that this is not the case.
所以今日唔單止係生命牧師嗰個就職禮。
Not only this is the installation service for Pastor Sami.
其實係代表咗你哋背後，你哋係清楚上帝嘅心意，係將佢放喺呢個嘅位份上。
It also represents that this is a clear indication of God that He has put in here.
係你哋嘅認同，係你哋對上帝嗰個嘅表示。
It is our expression to God as well.
喺第二方面，一個牧者嗰個就職，亦都係講到佢自己係好清楚上帝俾佢嗰個帶領。
At the same time, it also Pastor Sami is believe that God has sent him here.
係好清楚上帝俾佢嗰個呼召，好清楚上帝嗰個嘅差派。
It is clear to him his calling and his leading.
我自己亦都有機會個人唔同Pastor Sami係佢有交通，我覺得佢係好清楚嘅。
I have talked to Pastor Sami, and I believe that he knows well.
佢今日站喺大家嘅面前，站喺上帝嘅面前，嚟到去就職嘅時候。
When he stands before you and stand before God, to be the pastor.
佢係要公開嘅向大家嚟到表示上帝喺佢生命當中嗰個心意嗰個帶領。
He publicly declared that God's leading on his life.
亦都願意同弟兄姊妹一齊嚟到去活出上帝喺教會裏面嗰種嘅心意。
And it is
係願意活出上帝喺教會裏面嘅心意。Live out God's desire in the church。東北堂係神嘅家。
The Northeast Church is God's church.
東北堂係永生神嘅教會。
The Church of the Living God.
係東北堂係真理嘅柱石同埋根基。
The Northeast Church is the foundation of truth.
仲有最後一方面，點解就職係咁緊要嘅一回事
Lastly, why so important?
就係牧者本身同埋一班嘅教會嘅領袖，甚至教會裏每一個嘅弟兄姊妹。
The pastor with the other pastors and the brothers and sisters.
係佢哋願意一齊喺神面前委身，作呢個生命嘅委身。
To commit himself before God.
係要活出提摩太前書第3章嗰種作為一個領袖嘅生命係一個點樣嘅生命
To live out a life that 1 Timothy talks about how a leader should live.
所以各位弟兄姊妹，今日我哋開始個就職禮嘅時候
As we're getting into the commissioning,
讓我哋一齊嚟到察覺到神自己嗰個嘅同在。
let us sense the presence of God.
今日我哋係一齊站喺上帝嘅面前。
We stand together in front of the living God.
作呢個嘅許願，作呢個嘅承諾。
To commit ourselves before Him.
我哋願意成為一個點嘅領袖。
What kind of leaders we want to be?
我哋願意成為一間點樣嘅教會
What kind of church do we want to be?
願神祝福大家。
God bless.